Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 80 Days. Passepartout has just shared a very tender kiss on the banks of the... Damn it, what is the river that goes through New Orleans? Oh, I'm so uneducated. Surely it's the Mississippi, but I haven't got a clue. I would not know. However, Mr Fogg has intimated that tragically our 80 days are over today. But he has also intimated that we must still return home as fast as possible. Our character is now polished. Our course is set. Day 80, Passepartout. And indeed, we depart for New York on the Piedmont Airline. Very cool name for a train. It's like a bearable route, I should think so. We've got our hat and whistle. Toot toot. Off we go. The Piedmont Airline from New Orleans was not, in fact, an airline at all, but, according to its advertising, the fastest railway in America. We shall note that for our next adventure, because that sounds like a very smart route to take across America then. Hardly a bold claim, or what could be better for getting us to the edge of the Atlantic. We had failed our 80-day challenge, but it had turned into the feeling, I think, that we wanted to get home. Day 80, Passepartout. I know. New York importing telegraph lines. Whatever. Yes, stop telling me it's day 80. Stop telling me. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. We settled ourselves in a carriage with one other occupant, an extremely large man who introduced himself as Charlie Sullivan, a lad from Birmingham. Are we talking Birmingham, Alabama, which seems likely given where we've come from, or Birmingham, UK, which is a far more amusing accent? I lived in Birmingham for a while, I'm allowed to say that. Who had grown into something the size of a warehouse building, who was most impressively sculpted, always spoke rather dimly, but was quite the Hulk. I like impressively sculpted. It's a good turn of phrase, especially around the neck and upper arms. His moustaches were, nonetheless, perfect. I asked what had taken him to New Orleans, and he grunted. Boxing. I'm doing Birmingham, UK, by the way. I know it's not. I know it's Alabama, but I don't care. You fought in a competition? I interpreted. There was an exhibition, he said. I won. 3rd round knockout. I gulped. However, Mr Fogg's interest had been increasing sharply throughout the conversation. You're trained? He demanded keenly. Or self-taught? I've got a manager, Sullivan replied. He tells me what to eat. Excellent, Mr Fogg enthused. I want to hear all about it. I sat back and enjoyed the conversation. The details of boxing are more intricate than one might expect. Oop! I zoomed out by accident. Not the first time I've done that. Sorry, folks. A ruffian sport for certain, and hearing the business of cut and thrust delivered in Sullivan's so very English tones. He is from Birmingham, UK. Birmingham in the West Midlands. That's the name of the county for those who aren't from the UK, by the way. It's a silly name for a county, but there you go. The West Midlands. So very English tones was quite informative. Little did I know how the details I heard would come to be of use to me. Really? Are we going to punch a fool? I'm looking forward to this. Let us converse. We must move on from New York, of course. Greetings, Monsieur Sullivan. So this is him, isn't it? This is the boxer, the fat guy. Oh, whatever. Ask Charlie Sullivan about New York. I am very interested in New York. Oh, this seems important. Where can I go from New York? Care to help me out here at all? I already know how to get to Atlanta. And Dallas. I don't know how to get to Toronto. I know how to get to... This is a wasted conversation. Is it possible to go from New York to Burlington? Sounds unlikely. Now tell me, are you headed back to Europe? Oui, monsieur. We are headed for London as fast as possible. I've always wanted to see the Sistine Chapel. I am sure you know all about New York. They're building that thing out on the island there. Yes, the Statue of Liberty. Of course. I know all about it. It is a gift from France. These are all useless. Worthless information. Fine. What about Miami? Can you travel from New York to Miami? Have you heard the collectors in Port Royal pay extremely well for good false teeth from Miami? I didn't know that. No, there you go. Where the hell is Ponta Delgada? Where the hell is Ponta Delgada? I've never heard of it. Is it possible to travel from New York to Ponta Delgada? All I know is that there are oranges there, I think. Well, thanks for nothing, you fat fool. On to Washington. We're doing very well. That Mr. Sullivan will, I think, go very far indeed, Mr. Fogg opined as I brought him kippers from the dining car. He seemed to have the physique, I suggested. Not just the physique, my master replied. Physique is not the secret. His description of the transfer of weight from foot to foot was very well understood indeed. So you're a boxer, monsieur? I saw the shutters of his conversation beginning to come down. I went to school, yes. You boxed as a child. He stiffened. The suggestion he had ever been a child was, I quickly saw, well beyond the pale, even for one as intimate as I. You should fight him, I said. Oh, no, he's saying, okay, you should fight him, he said. I laughed. I almost choked. He looked at me with surprise. Is something the matter? Forgive me. It sounded as though you said I should fight Monsieur Sullivan. Or it seems you wish me dead, monsieur. My master shook his head, the minutest fraction. Not at all. Merely exercised. He forked another forkful. You needn't be alarmed. I can teach you to box. I rolled back my sleeves. I am sure you can, monsieur, I replied, and I am a quick learner. That has never been true, but I saw no other choice. Excellent, Monsieur Fogg put down his paper. I've arranged for a space in the guard's van. Come. When had he done this? I do not know. I merely followed, and there was Sullivan, stripped to the waist, doing his warm-up exercises. Peace pour two, he greeted me through a thick leather mouthguard. I all but burst into tears. But still, I removed my own shirt and tried to listen as my master provided some pointers. And then the fight began. Sullivan was a tough opponent, and if he chose to swing hard, he would brain me unless I defended myself. But he would not be able to slug on every swing. I would have to pick my moments to attack. He's also a very big guy, so maybe he's going to get tired out. To begin with, I kept my fists up, matching Fogg's demonstration from the across the car. Just as Sullivan punched hard, oh, thank goodness, the blow landed against my defence. I shook it off as best as I could. A small crowd had gathered to watch the fight, and they murmured with excitement. Strength and stamina are different, Mr. Fogg called to me from the side. Your strength will come back if you swing lightly, but your stamina, once gone, will leave you out cold. Interestingly, I nodded to show I had heard. I saw Sullivan's shoulders move back. He's making to block, Fogg murmured, so don't swing too hard. I could throw a light punch. A quick, decisive move, while Sullivan lifted his defences. I knocked him back a little. We were both still lively, although he was faring a little better than me. He will regain some muster from that block, my master shouted, so be warned. Next, I raised my guard, once more protecting my face. Sullivan punched hard. I caught the punch neatly. Neither of us was badly worn, though he was looking better than me. Well done! He won't be able to swing like that again, my master shouted. Whatever. Then I threw a heavy punch, putting all my weight behind the blow, just as Sullivan snapped up his arms to block. Oh, damn it. I pushed him a little. We were both still energetic, although he was faring a little better than me. I heard, rather than saw, the money changing hands. Spectators were betting on me. Now it was my turn. I got ready to duck and dodge, or I could jab, or I could throw another heavy punch. I jabbed. A quick, decisive move, but I had timed it poorly. No, he punched hard, the blow slipping past my guard. I was fading fast and could not take much more. Now's the time to get him, my master shouted. I threw a heavy punch, putting all my weight behind the blow, while Sullivan made a quick jab. I overpowered him, landing a sting. Boom! We were both all but equally matched, tiring but still eyeing each other warily. Watch it. The next swing may be harder, my master called. Sullivan's eyes narrowed. I no longer had the energy for a heavy swing. I got ready to duck and dodge, once more protecting my face. Sullivan delivered a stinging punch. I deflected the impact breathlessly. He was tiring, certainly, but I was all but on my knees. The crowd murmured and whispered. Next, I threw a light punch. A quick, decisive move, but Sullivan swung low, the blow slipping past my guard. Oh, it was too much. I slumped to the ground. Generous hands lifted me to my feet and put my jacket over my head. A good show, Monsieur Fogg said gently, though I'm afraid we've lost some money. What the hell were you doing? You arse! This guy's a professional boxer. He's travelling the country to hit people for money. He's an enormous guy, a trained boxer. I have never boxed in my life, and you say, oh, by the way, I've arranged a fight for you two. Also, there's money on it. Not that I've given you any training, but you absolute git. I thought we were cool. Did I do something to offend you? Is it because it's past day 80? Are you just throwing all caution to the wind now and going like, screw it, I'm going to get everyone killed? God damn it. Fine, let's converse with someone. I don't even care. Greetings, Monsieur le Gars. Tickets, please. Right, yeah, fine. Tell me about New York. I cannot possibly tell you anything about that. How the hell are we going to move on? Do you know what? I don't even care. Screw your conversation. I'm done. Done. Had it. Don't care. I awoke still smarting from my boxing match with Sullivan, and my master most generously decided he would fetch breakfast. It's the bloody least you could do. You git. I vow I will be able to move once more tomorrow. Indeed, he replied, and we cannot have you dropping the tray. He returned with black coffee and well-buttered toast. That's a fine breakfast. Okay. A most considerate choice to bring to a Frenchman. Or at least so I thought, until he began to eat the toast himself and drank the coffee in a slurp. You shit. You utter slimy shit. We arrived into New York later that day. I struggled to lift the cases with my tired arms, and we staggered off the train. No shit! Our relations have deteriorated slightly. God almighty. We're going to have to wait here for some money. I just know it. The trombone could earn as well here. I should hope so too. Have a trombone. Have a wax cylinder. Have an amethyst. We could have sold things in Atlanta. I didn't realise. Have a flower. I don't care. We're moving on from here. This is it. This is the last of it. Penny black. Worth a lot in Lisbon. Ooh, can we get to Lisbon? Apples are of interest. Fine. Buffalo hide here in Atlanta. Yeah, that's like there's nothing really more to do there. Let us explore. Very good bargain, Passepartout. I need to get to London. Winnipeg? Winnipeg? I don't care about Winnipeg. I care about London! Woo! God damn it. I was pickpocketed in New York. I seized the thief's hand, still in my pocket. You tangled with the wrong Frenchman, I exclaimed in triumph, only to immediately fumble, getting my other hand caught inside the cuff of my coat, so that as the creature in my grasp squirmed, she, for it was but a 10-year-old girl, pulled me off my feet, leaving me robbed and in the gutter to boot. Oh dear. I located a police officer who regarded me with a curious but not entirely unfriendly expression, most perturbed, I fancy, by my rather fetching attire. And what's the matter with you? He asked. Escaped from the circus? Well, yes, once, I replied, somewhat taken aback by the policeman's perspicacity. Clearly I was in the presence of a remarkable detective. But that is not the matter at hand. Oh yeah, the man drawled back. I have been robbed, I declared, appalled. The man looked at me with some sympathy before replying, Don't worry, sir, you'll probably find those clothes are worth something on the second-hand market. With that, he moved away along the street, swinging his truncheon and whistling. I returned to the hotel, defeated, and soon realised the girl had also used the conversation with the officer to dip into my pockets once more. I was dejected, £20 the poorer, and with nothing good to say about this foul city of ne'er-do-wells and hoodlums. Nothing has changed. Your funds have gone down a little, unsurprisingly. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly because he loves to see me in pain, apparently. He hates me. That's all it is. He hates me. Let us plan our onward journey. Onward to London for £5,300. We could get it moved. Gentleman, traveller's suit. Traveller's suit could get it reduced, perhaps. Or no, just get the departure change. So we need over £2 more. So we need to hit the bank in the morning. We will wait a night. Probably get mugged because we're staying in Central Perk. Oh, he didn't like that. We had no choice but to wait out the night near a local steam valve like shipwrecked sailors and shiver till morning to say we slept poorly, blah, blah, blah. Deteriorated. Look, they're good enough. Our relations are good enough. Oh, the bank doesn't open until Monday. Ah, sugar. Fine. There's nothing to explore. We've already done that. Nothing to do at the market either. Oh, let's just check how many bags we can take. Not that it will really matter. It's the last leg of our journey, isn't it? We can only take 1 bag. Departs tomorrow at 3. Oh, it's an airship, the Henrietta. Right. We can go to the market, fortunately, even though it's a Sunday. Windscarf will be good. Hooded cloak, not necessary. Monkey wrench might be useful. Don't need that anymore. We'll keep some of this stuff. Gentleman Traveller set is good. Air sickness pills would be great. We can only take 1 case, though. Right. Ditch the Traveller's set. Don't even care. We'll take the... come back here. Okay, we'll take the monkey wrench. Take the windscarf. We're not going to Lisbon. Why would I care about that? Official earnest soldier types. Smith, whatever. We'll keep the... Ditch the vodka. We'll keep the shaving kit. Keep the salve of arnica. We're keeping the air sickness pills. The rest can frankly go to hell. We only need 1 case on this airship trip. We cannot go to the bank. We have 3,365. We need 5,300. If we don't stay in a hotel, we could get the airship tomorrow. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. I'm sorry, I know you're not going to like it, but go hang. This is it, folks. Wild dogs, slept poorly, blah blah. Deteriorate. Look, it's fine. He's fine. We're fine. This journey's proving draining. Yes, no kidding. But oh damn it, we don't have the money, do we? I'm such an idiot. We can go to Reykjavik. Departs in 3 days. Departs in 2 days for 1,100. Jesus, no. Right, fine. For 330, absolutely. Reykjavik, awesome. Can we take baggage? Reykjavik. We can take no baggage at all. Good grief. We've already missed our deadline. Why do I care? Let's just hit the bank. Oops. No, I don't want to go to Washington. Bank, we need at least another £2,000. What are they offering? Mr Fogg looked all but haggard. By now, I knew well the dark look to my master's eye. To the bank, he declared. I regarded the manager of the local bank, a well-dressed, calm lady who welcomed us with suspicious glee. You wish to make a withdrawal? The manager asked. You may have to wait a few days. Fine, £3,000, 3 days, whatever. Return to the bank on Thursday. We shall do this. In the meantime, we'll pass the night. It's ticked up 4, not the full 5 that we used to. We had 2 days to wait for our money to arrive from London. So, found room to let the time go by. Yes. Jolly good, he's happy now. The wait this close to our deadline was nerve-wracking. We awoke ready to be at the bank as soon as it opened its doors. Our funds will be ready to collect when the bank opens. Tapping the clock will skip time forwards. Yes, it will. Once more. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bank! Hello! Have some money. We return to the bank as early as possible to collect our funds. And we're ready to depart. When does it go? When does it go? Embarks now! Arrive Saturday! Let's go! Oh, he's not going to like this. Rough skies. Aboard the Henrietta Zeppelin. We left New York aboard the Henrietta, an old Confederate airship converted to a transatlantic mail carrier. We would reach London in 3 days, barring any unexpected delay. Let us observe the news. Adventurer Fogg expected back shortly. Yes. Well, it turns out the Reform Club were correct. The ocean tore along beneath us. I enjoyed talking to no one. There was nothing I needed to know. No one to charm, flatter, or beguile into giving us aid. There was only wind and the time, and we could control neither. I'm with you, dear friend. Oh, plummeting. Let's groom him a bit. Shaped moustache. Excellent. Mr Fogg looked out at the observation deck windows with perfect calm. Though the wager was lost, and he was no doubt ruined, I did not quite know what to feel myself. I spent the remaining time embarking on the writing of this account, though I found already the details of our early adventures had grown vague and indistinct, so we could make it up. Good gracious, this is rather more strenuous than I anticipated. We tethered at the airship dock in Hyde Park, and felt, for the first time in 89 days, the feel of English soil under our shoes. At long last, we had returned to London. 89 days, ladies and gentlemen. 89 days. We were held up in Yokohama for 2 weeks. We were held up in Istanbul for many days. I mean, well over a week. We could have done this. It would just chosen our route a little more carefully. We could have done this. It wasn't really about the route as well. I mean, kind of, but the route wasn't terrible. It was about the money. It's about the money. What I should have been doing, as one very helpful commenter pointed out, is buying extra luggage space for rather than worrying about, you know, what we were going to take with us. You can negotiate extra luggage space for a pittance on each leg of the journey. And I should have been doing that, because then we could have taken much more stuff to bargain with. We would have been able to catch, you know, earlier connections, and maybe we would have stood a chance. Maybe. But at long last, we returned to London, aboard the Henrietta. Oh, achievement unlocked, completed trip. We have returned. I hailed one of the steam carriages idling on the banks of the Serpentine in Hyde Park. To the Reform Club. To the Reform Club, I instructed. My master shook his head. To Savile Row, he corrected calmly, and turned his face to the window. I have most assuredly lost my wager. Soot and fog thickened the yellow light of the gas lamps as we drove through the streets of London. I think I only truly grasped the truth of the matter then, hearing the words in my master's uninflected tones. We had lost the wager, and by only a handful of days, one fewer delay, one speedier journey, and we might well have returned to London in glorious triumph rather than ignominy. My master entered his domicile with his habitual tranquillity, though he instructed me to leave the windows shut up, so that his neighbours would not mark his return. I prepared his supper, and he ate heartily as if he were not utterly ruined. Passepartout, he began. Yes, Monsieur Fogg? In the silence that followed, I counted up his hair's breadth escapes, all the obstacles which we had overcome, and those which had delayed us. As a valet, you have been of indifferent use to me, Passepartout, he said, as though remarking upon the weather. But more importantly, you have circumnavigated the globe as my companion. Despite the unfortunate protraction of our journey, he added, it was no small feat. And what will you do now, monsieur? I asked, trying to emulate my master's coolness and aplomb. My course, Passepartout, Monsieur Fogg interjected smoothly, is fully decided upon. We must attempt the journey around the world once more! Once more, I cried! Indeed, Monsieur Fogg said implacably, an intent light glinting in his cold blue eyes. But this time, forewarned and better prepared, we will succeed. Yes, monsieur! I nodded smartly, glad I had not bothered to unpack our case. Monsieur Fogg consulted his ledger and tapped his pen. Perhaps this time, he said thoughtfully, a more southerly route. Our journey round the world is complete. The Times says, Adventurer Phileas Fogg loses wager. Fogg blames nights of rough sleeping, failed mutiny en route to San Francisco, and arrest in Vladivostok for 89-day journey. In 89 days, we visited 15 cities, travelled 23,380 miles, mostly by train. We finished 33 grand in debt, nearly 10,000 miles by sea, 9,000 odd by rail, and 4,000 odd by air, spending a total of 21,000 odd pounds, with a polished character, a flamboyant manner, sound valeting, I thank you all, and fair relations with Mr Fogg. 15 cities around the world in 89 days. God. I don't know about you folks, but this game has been emotional. I feel like I've been put through the ringer. Such a simple conceit and so beautifully executed. Beautifully executed. I don't want this episode to run on too long. I know it's an extended episode anyway. It didn't seem, once we got to New York, like the right time to wrap it up because we were one airship journey away from London. So, I apologise for the extended episode. I don't apologise a lot. You can choose it. You can not watch it if you want. I don't mind. But wow. What a journey. What a hell of a journey. Just, let's have a look. We started, of course, in London. Went under the sea to Paris. We arrived in Thessaloniki after a week. And then it took us bloody ages to get all the way up to Moscow. We were halfway through the journey when we slept rough in Yokohama. And then we were vastly delayed and went to Honolulu. I should bear that in mind in future, that Captain Wicker and his ship are, frankly, a waste of time. Ugh. Well, maybe not. If we had mutinied, we could have made very good time there. I doubt we'd have saved 9 days, because it turned out we made a pretty good connection with a banana boat. But damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. I should have done better with banks as well. There were occasions when I could have quite reasonably extracted more money from the banks because we were waiting so long for our connection. And maybe that's what I need to be focusing on in the future. Picking up more luggage, more valuable luggage. I'm not really worried about the valeting. That seemed to go pretty well. As in, he was in decent condition by the time we got to the end. I mean, we couldn't carry much luggage, so he took a bit of a bad spell during the final airship trip from New York to London. But that aside, he barely dipped below 80 at any point. But take more luggage, sell more things. Just, even if you end up carrying it halfway around the world, it's probably worth it just, paying a few more pounds to get extra space in the cargo holds and such. So more luggage, buying and selling more things, definitely the way to go. And also, when we plan our journeys, if it looks like we will have the time, we should go to the bank and just wring all the money out of it that we can. It might mean that in the long run, we end up not making money. We could ruin Mr Fogg. The wager might not be worth the cost, but we could at least get around the world in 80 days. And I'm determined! I don't know what we're going to be playing next time, folks. It probably won't be this, but I am returning to this game, and we will make it around the world in 80 days. You, me, Passepartout, Monsieur Phileas Fogg, who knows, we might even take the original route of the book, if I can recall the rest of it clearly. That's what I'll do. I'm going to reread Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. I heartily invite you to do the same. It's a wonderful book. It's short, it's fast-paced, it's exciting, it's bizarrely written. It's a lot of fun. Really good fun book. That's our homework. I'll meet you back here another time, all of us having read Around the World in 80 Days. And we will make that journey. We will make that historic journey as Monsieur Fogg and Passepartout did in the past, in the invented past. And we will see how we do next time. Enjoy the book, folks, and I hope you enjoyed the game. Take care. Bye!